You hold down the fort today, Tuxie. We're all off on a field trip today, although not the same field trip. We're a little late for me driving, but with Don driving, it should be no problem. Good morning, Ruby. Where are we going today, you ask? Well, Johnny is headed to UMC Pembroke, which is part of the University of North Carolina school system, down near Lumberton, where there's a supercharger. It's a little south of Fayetteville, near Fayetteville, and they're giving the kids a tour of the campus. You know, the school that Johnny attends, they do a lot of work to make sure the kids are college ready and that they understand what their choices are, and to help them make an informed decision about careers and all that good stuff. So Johnny's got a field trip today. It seems that even though he was in school this week, that they did have a couple of extracurricular learning activities to, you know, this week as a bonus for them being in school. So that's cool. He's looking forward to it. They're getting a boxed lunch today, and all the kids are excited about, you know, food, boys, teenage boys, food, you know, yeah. So I think they'll have a good time down there. And as far south as he's headed, because that's like an hour and 45 minutes south of the school, it's, you know, a little over an hour, about an hour from our house. We're headed north. We're headed up to Roanoke Rapids area to the NC Center for Energy Education, aka what I affectionately term the solar farm, because that's really what's behind the building, is just this huge solar farm. And they are having their Earth Day event today, and they have a lot of schools from the county coming over there for some fun activities, a field trip for their kids. And us and Zeb with his Model S and another owner, I'm not sure if we've met or not, with a 3. So we'll have the whole, well, some would like to show up with a Roadster too, that would be great, but we'll basically have the whole current lineup of cars up there to talk to the kids. I know they specifically wanted Ruby the dancing car there today because that makes a real impression on the kids. So it should be a fun day, but we're going to be spread out across the state. Bye, Johnny. Love you. Have a good day.
No truck today.
That's right. No book bag, no computer, no nothing. I've got the Center for Energy Education plugged in over here at the school, and it says it's 88 miles, an hour and 23 minutes. We'll get there around 8:54 a.m. I think Don and I will for sure be stopping for a bathroom break and possibly some breakfast on the way. So they wanted us there, you know, probably by 9:30. I think the kids show up at 10, so we've got plenty of time. So Dawn's letting Nav on autopilot do its thing this morning, and it's completed. This is like the 4th or 5th lane change successfully. And Don was saying, you know, the difference between Mad Max and average is that Mad Max just wants to change lanes a lot more often to move around slower traffic, but when it's actually in the middle of a suggested lane change, it really doesn't do it any faster. What Don's needing it to do is to actually make the lane change movement about 2 or 3 seconds quicker. So I think that that may come, like I said in the other video, with higher processing speed with the 3.0 chip. Hard to say. Guess we won't know for a while. It's pretty bright for us here headed east. I got sunshades up. I was going to add that, you know, I had previously said in a video that I don't see how Tesla can announce we're going to go cross country autonomously in advance, because there would be fans and all over the place looking for the car that's doing the trip at superchargers. And, you know, I think it would get to be problematic as zoo. It would cause problems for the car trying to complete the mission possibly. So someone else, not me, that Don was listening to, who was it, Donnie?
Jack.
Jack Ricard said he suspects that when Elon meets with the reporters to show him some of the new full self-driving features this coming Monday, Easter Monday as it would be, he thinks there's a chance that Elon's going to announce that they've already completed the drive. So that would be really interesting.
Jack said it's very possible that the car will complete the cross-country drive by driving into the event where they're showing all the investors at the self-driving. In other words, instead of going from California to New York, it'll go from New York to California.
Yeah, that would be quite dramatic. Elon, are you listening? That would be pretty good. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting next week. We will certainly be trying to catch any live stream or video that they put up from that event. So the thing that's frustrating Dawn this morning is that you can't move into the passing lane on the interstate and not increase your speed as you're moving. Like, just sort of like casually decide to change lanes, go over there and stay at the same speed. It's just not working too well. He may be talking to Ruby just a bit this morning about her decision making.
Right.
So we're at McDonald's and we had fun with our first kiosk order ever at McDonald's.
Yeah.
So our new ETA is 9:26 a.m. after our stop at McDonald's for a biscuit. You'll notice that our round trip estimate back to the school is 17%. And Don asked me if I wanted to try to hit the Rocky Mount Supercharger on the way to or from the solar farm, and I said on the way back, because I want us there a few minutes before the kids get there around 10. And I guess, we have the option too of hitting the North Hill Supercharger in Raleigh instead, or possibly trying to make it to the house. Just depends on our efficiency today. It's about an hour and 25 minutes from the solar farm back to Johnny's school, and we have to be there by 3:45. I'd like to have a 15-minute cushion. So let's say if we left at 2, we'd be there at 3:30 if we didn't stop at the supercharger. So, maybe if the event just ends just a few minutes early, like at 1:45-ish or something, we're out of there. That gives us enough cushion to swing into the supercharger for just enough juice to go straight home from the school and not have to think about it. That would probably be the most convenient thing. But either way, we got plenty to get back to Rocky Mount after we go to the school. We've made it here to the Center for Energy Education, aka the Solar Farm, up near Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. Zeb in his Model S and Barry in his Model 3 are going to join us here shortly. Dawn is, of course, making sure Ruby is ready to go. Miss Mosine was just out here and she said that there are 2 buses and 170 students coming today. And there are 25, I think she said, something like that, vendors down on the other side of the building over here. Educational exhibits and along their walking trail. So they are going to run the kids through the exhibits, then around the back side of the building over here to us so I can run the light show. Don did not forget the unicycle today so that he can show off his driving skills. Look at what they have done with the solar panel to make a table. I like it. It's so cool. They are really making great use of this facility. Senior movie day, The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, is coming up. And a DIY solar workshop. And a workshop for public officials. Provide the latest information and updates on topic related to solar farms. And they have more of these cool solar panel tables out here too. I love it. That is such a great idea. Ridding the earth of pollution equals the best solution. Oh, look at the recycled art Snoopy. Way cool. Trash into cash. Yeah, I like when they have the kids do recycle art. See, this could be some kid's idea, the Tesla Semi, although those are solar cells on top, I believe. And a little handmade windmill. Such cool stuff. Wow, it took a few minutes to go to the bathroom and the buses showed up and the kids are here. All right, now you got to press your foot on the brake.
Okay.
Pretty.
This is awesome. awesome.
Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool.
It is really, really awesome.
So if I didn't have pin to drive enabled, that would have turned the car on. That's how easy it is to turn it on.
This is so awesome.
So the car is on now. Do you hear any noise?
No, I don't.
No noise. I don't have the air conditioner on.
I don't even know that it's on.
Exactly. And if you started to move it, the only noise would be from the tires on the little bit of gravel that's on the asphalt here.
This is so
no fumes. No exhaust fumes.
Oh wow, this is so awesome.
Thank you.
I really
All right,
love it.
one more good question. What you want to ask? Huh?
Carburetor.
It doesn't have a carburetor because there's no gas. That's another good question. So, as far as maintenance goes on a Tesla, there's a lot less maintenance because there's a lot less moving parts. Lot less moving parts.
All right, come on.
Thank you for stopping by to see Ruby. You're welcome. I'm talking on one side, Don's talking on the other side.
Getting diesel trucks off the road is more beneficial to the environment than just getting cars off. Of course, cars getting them off electric so they don't produce CO2 is a good thing also. But we have to focus on all.
We gotta go back.
Hi. Hi.
Hey.
So you guys got some questions? I know you can't quite get around to where Don is. What do you want to know? Do you know what you're looking at?
Yeah, a Tesla.
Okay, but what's that mean besides it's a Tesla? Self-driving car, that's one thing, but what's something else about a Tesla?
It's one of the most fastest cars.
It's very fast, okay, I like that, but I haven't heard the one word I want to hear yet. But you know, the Model 3, you can get one now, for a really nice one for $40K. So it's still expensive, but it's not as expensive as it was. It's come down. The word I'm looking for is it's a all electric or it's a battery operated car. Okay, there is no gasoline in this car. I'm going to open this up. This is called the frunk. We do charge it, and I'll explain in just a minute. I'm going to prove to you that there's no engine.
Oh, I know. That's a trunk. I know.
Huh? So it's a Tesla, and the model is a Model X. Okay, it's all electric. There's no gas engine in it. There's no transmission. There's no muffler. There's no carburetor. It doesn't need any oil or transmission fluid. It is a good car. It doesn't create any emissions. It's zero emission vehicle. You might have heard of a ZEV. Okay.
How you open the door?
Well, you press in on this model on the door handle. I can demonstrate that for you.
She wants to know where the charger is. Where's the charger? We're talking about how you open it.
Okay. Well, I'll explain the charger in just a second. So the doors can be opened 3 ways. They can be opened from the touch screen if I'm the driver or the front passenger. It can be opened from the door handle if I'm outside the car. Actually 4 ways. It can be opened from the key fob, which I don't have in my hand. Or there are buttons here if you're the passenger in the back that you can use to open and close. And also there's a button up here. So several ways. There's the charge port. So we charge 2 places typically. Almost 98% of our charging is done at home in our garage while we're asleep. We can put 25 to 35 mile an hour at home in the car. Okay, so from 8 o'clock at night till 4 o'clock in the morning, 8 hours at 25 miles an hour. Who can tell me how many miles that would be? What's 8 times 25? 200. That's exactly right. So while I'm sleeping, I can add 200 miles worth of range back to the car at least, okay? But if I'm on a trip, I pull into a charging station called a Tesla supercharger, and I can add in range a lot faster there. Like I could go from about 10% to 90% in say 40, 45 minutes, something like that. But it might not be necessary to fill to 90%. If the next supercharger is only 150 miles away, I might only charge to 70% and move on down the road. It's faster to charge when the battery's at a lower state of charge. So there are reasons not to go to 100%. Dollars.
Look, there's not like a Tesla showroom. Everything's bought online.
Well, everything's brought online, but in Raleigh or Charlotte in the state of North Carolina, you can go to a Tesla showroom and you can get a test drive. And you can see all of the, I'm sure they have an S and X and a 3 that you can see or schedule a test drive of. So you would still go to actually buy online if you go to configure it, but you can still see salespeople at a few select locations. There might be one closer to here up in Virginia.
So is this your vehicle?
It is.
So tell us about what kind of work you used to do so that they can understand what you can do.
Don and I both worked for IBM. Don worked for IBM. So you guys asked how much the car was, and to give you a little motivation in your career choices, Don and I both worked for IBM. Don's on his unicycle now, so.
How long did it take to get used to that? Do you do it too?
No, I have a longboard that's electric. I don't have good balance. I've had some health issues, but Don practiced. He was up on it in 2 or 3 days really good. And after a couple of weeks, worth of practice, he was riding like that, which was basically with ease. But anyway, we were both computer programmers for IBM.
What language y'all programming in?
Well, when I started, that's PL1. A derivative at IBM is called PLX, and that's a top-down traditional programming. Now y'all kids are learning C++ and Java and other object-oriented programming, but I also programmed in Pascal and ReX. IBM has a really easy-to-use language called ReX, and I loved programming in ReX. Our product at IBM that we helped work on used ReX.
Okay. Thank you.
So, and I went to UNC Charlotte. I have a degree in math. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Mathematics from UNC Charlotte. And Don was actually the guy that hired me in, told the hiring manager that he wanted me because I was willing to make eye contact with him at the interview and carry on a conversation. And he was looking for a customer support person who was willing to get on the phone and talk to people. So he was really impressed with my willingness to open my mouth, which obviously I haven't lost. And learning mathematics made me a good problem solver. So I didn't know anything about what they hired me to solve problems for, but he felt that the mathematics degree made me a good problem solver, and that's what he was looking for. So, but I do not have a master's or a PhD or anything more fancy. A nice solid degree in math got me in the door at IBM.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. A little bit later, Ruby will have a surprise for you guys, but Mozine wants me to hold off on that until a little later, okay? So I'll see you guys back. Right, I'll see you guys back in a little while. Ruby's not showing you all her tricks yet. Dawn showing the next generation alternative transportation modes.
We use it when we're at superchargers. We plug the car, I drop Marianne off at the restaurant or whatever, then I go plug the car in and I ride this back to her. That's why I got it. But mostly I just
Besides the kids here from the local schools, they also bought a group of Easter Seals folks over, and they seem to really enjoy seeing the car too. There's Zeb, and behind him Barry. Barry is a new Model 3 owner. He had actually not seen a Model X before. We were getting to know him right when all the kids showed up. So they're gonna circle the building and do all the other exhibits. Mozine didn't want me to do the light show right at the beginning because otherwise they might not want to do the other educational stuff and just hang over here. I can see that. Oh, and I hear there's going to be ice cream in a little while. The guy that was here the last time we were here, that was some good ice cream. Looks like we have another group of kids showing up. And the Model S and the Model 3 are also very popular. They definitely should come look at the Model 3 because, you know, from a 20-something, 30-something, I've started my career car. That's, you know, probably it. Hi. So I came to check out your 3.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Zeb is doing a good job of showing them the UMC and explaining in a little more detail about the charging.
Oh, great.
Special, right? Because they help us to keep the environment, the air clean, right? So the cameras that you saw in electric car today, this is a Tesla, right? You know how much you got? How much you think?
My wife rides that. We're not that particular car.
80K? 80,000? 40,000? Did y'all ask the owner?
55,000.
That's it. Who said 55?
Who said 55?
Generation.
But they're coming down.
And they're coming out.
K18.
And tell them why you decided to get this one.
I deserved it. Earned it real bad. Wanted something different. Wanted something that would get me away from the gas stations. And it has really saved me a lot of money as far as gas. I've saved over $300 since November, I figured, on gas. Altogether, the electric bill went up because I had to charge it. Okay. So altogether, I'm saving about $75 a month.
It costs about 10 cents a mile for a gasoline-powered car. It costs about 2.5 to 3 cents a mile in North Carolina to drive an all-electric car. So you can do that math of 7.5 cents less a mile and come up with your gasoline savings.
Right.
So do y'all know how he charges the car? Y'all ask him?
So the gentleman over here with the Model 3, he has converted his lawnmowers to be electric as well, and he has some other tricks up his sleeve. We've met him before up here at the solar farm, and his friend has this RAV4 EV, and the kids are getting some good information over here now too. Somehow I missed that there were 2 RAV4 EVs here. 2002. 100-mile range, 80 mile per hour. Way cool. You can see now that there are other vendors down along their walking trail, like I said. Zeb has made sure that I will not melt. Thank you, Zeb.
Done good.
Yep. Tell us what we're seeing here on your lawnmower.
Well, this used to have lead acid batteries, and it would mow for like 45 minutes.
Okay.
And then I bought it with bad batteries. So these are the same batteries that are on my go-kart over there, and then in my golf cart.
Nissan Leaf, right?
Nissan Leaf. And I just bought a whole Leaf battery box.
Sure.
And then you were able to pull out.
I haven't yet. Because I was buying these off eBay.
Sure.
But when you buy a whole battery box, they're about half the price.
Sure, makes sense.
So it's got 48 in it. It was like $2,000 delivered.
And so how many years here? This is
7, I think.
okay. And they come out in those nice compartmental, those little miniature sardine cans.
Yeah, they're very heavy. I call them, people don't know what I'm talking about when I say it's about the size of a large encyclopedia.
They wouldn't know what that is.
So how much does each one of these cells weigh? 30 pounds?
No.
10 pounds?
I think they weigh around 7, maybe? 8 pounds? It's probably more than that. I have no memory.
It's okay.
Probably around.
Right, it's a little heavier than a book. It's heavier than it looks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around 10 pounds.
Okay.
But they'll go, these will go twice as far as it would with the lead acid batteries. So it'll run, an hour and a half or so.
Okay.
And you can always put in another set. There's room for another set. And
That's really impressive. I like it.
twice as long. Now this is, just
Now,
a
is
very
anybody selling this style lawnmower electric yet?
No.
John Deere got their first electric larger tractor.
This was electric when they sold it, but it was just too much money.
Okay.
Okay, so they quit selling it.
Right.
Okay.
So I bought this on Craigslist probably for about $1,500,
Okay.
and then I put the batteries in it myself.
Because we have an Ego self-propelled push mower, and we love it. Yeah.
56 volt.
What's Ruby gonna do? She's gonna dance.
All right.
But just, she's warming up. Just warming up.
Look at him.
Are you dancing, Donnie? You go, Donnie, go. She's not done yet. She's still warming up.
She is?
Uh-huh. Now make sure to watch the side mirrors. Was it cool? Yeah? Good. Do I need to run it again? Proof. Press the top here 3 times really fast. 1, 2, 3. It didn't work. So here, let's do it together. There she goes. Good job. I didn't tell you it was okay to mash it hard. It was okay to mash it hard. That was my fault. Today's youth. Cell phones, videos, and pictures. I'm right there with you guys. It's my car and Don's car. No.
Just looks like one I could buy out.
Do you get a lot of comments on your phone?
Yes. At Walmart, when I open the Falcon Wing doors, people come over to talk to me about my car. And I almost always stop to talk to them.
I'm gonna give me a car like this.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, the mirror's flapping. It's kind of, you're missing a little bit seeing it during the day because you can't see the lights as good. But
I'll do that night.
my favorite part is when she closes the door and starts flapping everything. It just looks so bad, you know.
Look at the mirror.
Look at the mirrors. That's right. I told you not to miss them side mirrors. They are doing their little flash thing. Huh? I don't do it at home too much. I usually save it for special people like you guys. Wave it, Ruby. Out into other areas of the state, school buses. I bet in your lifetime you could be on an electric school bus.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
When you go somewhere, you go 150 miles outside. Home.
Yeah.
We plug up there.
There's a supercharger in Rocky Mount, one in Fayetteville, One in Raleigh?
South Hill. There's one in South Hill, Virginia.
You can't go from where you're standing. Oh, that's right, South Hill. You can't go more than 75 miles from where you're standing that you're not going to have a DC fast charger where it can charge up to 30 minutes.
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Well, plus it goes 300 miles. So,
I was going to say, if we were going to take a trip and go 150 miles, I wouldn't be plugging her in anywhere. I would not have to plug her in.
yeah, we go 300 miles without charging.
Pretty much coming back home.
That's right. We'll charge tonight. We might swing into Rocky Mount and plug in for 10 minutes.
How long do it take to charge?
Well, it takes overnight. But at the supercharger, those are high power, the 150 kilowatts. Oh, it charges in 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah, but really you don't have to charge it all the way. All you have to do, the computer tells you how long you need, because it's
Just charging enough to get to the next supercharger.
right? So we will probably go through Burlington.
The ice cream guy is here.
You need to stay here for 18.
Show me those notes, Walter. That is some serious physics stuff there. Wow. So you were teaching that up in DC?
Yeah, I'm a professor at Howard University. So when I'm here, I teach online.
I want to know if you can pour some of that smarts into my brain like we put electricity into Ruby.
Hey,
Or, you know, better not my brain, but Johnny's brain. I'll bring Johnny back and you can pour it into Johnny's brain, okay?
Johnny's doing fine.
Yeah, he is. He's doing a good boy. I'm going to show him Summon. I told Mosine I don't think she's seen this parlor trick before. Now look, when we come back the next time, we're going to drive it around the parking lot because Enhanced Summon is coming. Okay. You can always tell when it's going to work because you can...
Oh, snap! It's quite soon. Oh my gosh! It's doing it!
I told you I had a good parlor trick. Seriously, Enhanced Summon is coming out in a couple weeks. The next time we're here, we're going to take it around the parking lot with nobody in it. Serious. I really think in the fall of this year, there's a good chance we could just summon it around the parking lot.
But not on the highway.
Well, it's meant for parking lot use. It's meant for, you're at Target, it's pouring down rain, you ain't got your umbrella, you need help to get to your car, just tell the car to come to you.
Wait a minute, before you do it again,
I
we
want
need
to
an audience.
race, baby girl. Come on, I'm really close. There it goes. It really...
You know how to stop it, right?
Yes, ma'am. So that's... Here, we got to let him get through. Walter, step forward so he can come past. Huh? Hey, can I try? The kids are hollering at him. I bet they want to try it. One more group of kids. All right, I need a volunteer with a strong thumb.
Me.
Yep. Now you got to press. This is the roof of the car. Press it 1, 2, 3 real quick. Did you do it 3 times? No. Now you did. Now you did. See the windows roll down? Yeah. So you kicked it off. Thanks for the help. It's hard to do if you hadn't not used to doing it. I guess I've done it so many times. It is going to dance, absolutely. It's not going to fly, but it's going to think about flying. I guess it would be nice if, like Lightning Ramon from Cars, if her suspension went up and down too, okay? Maybe they could, because she does have air suspension and she can go up and down, but not quick like Ramon from Cars. But watch the side mirrors now. Do we agree? Do we agree that there's no one inside the car?
Yes.
Okay.
She said somebody. No way. Wow. Y'all want to let you. Yeah, you wanted it. Yo, do you mind selling it?
Hang on. I'm one of those older adults. I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. So in a couple of weeks, okay, Tesla's gonna drop some new software onto the cars where you can summon it across the parking lot to your location. So if you're at Walmart and it's raining and you don't have an umbrella and you don't want to get wet, you're going to be able to activate Enhanced Summon and have it back itself out of the parking space and come and get you. And it should stop for people and it should stop for cars. And do I expect it to work perfect out of the starting box? Probably not, but it's coming, guys. It's coming where you're going to call the car to you.
So I have a question. So I have a friend and he's like, I mean, hold on, like, I don't know, they can hear us, can't they, on the radio?
Uh-huh.
I know a person like that is like a hacker. So like, my question is that like safe? Like the fact that your car, like everything is kind of like online, isn't it easy for people to like steal it? Because if you're telling me it's gonna be able to like, you can call it across to you. So can somebody just hack into that and call it to them, and then now they've taken your car?
Sure. Well, Tesla takes security really, very, very serious about it. And they have several times now invited hackers to try to hack the car. And they have, over the years, found a thing or two that was a vulnerability. And one of the guys, they won a Tesla for finding a vulnerability, and then Tesla closed the hole. So can I promise you that your car could not be hacked? I can't. Can I tell you that I would rate it at less than 1% chance that someone would be able to hack into your car? I'm personally not worried about it. Okay. I feel it's secure enough that, yeah, but plus the car automatically locks every time I walk away and close the doors, and my key fob is out of range of the car. The software locks my car, so I don't do a key thing, but it's always locked. You go up to any Tesla and it's not going to ever be unlocked. And Teslas now have Sentry mode. All the new, especially the Model 3s, where if you do something to the car, like they've caught somebody keying a Tesla in the last 2 weeks, and the car filmed them, and they turned over the film to the police, and they caught the person's license plate. They were dumb enough to key the car and be standing next to, they're parked next to it. So when they pulled out, they got their plate, they got a description of the woman, they got everything, and then she got arrested. So the cars have built-in security now to make sure that if somebody does something they shouldn't do, they're going to get, the police are going to catch them. So,
I want to ride that thing.
huh?
Is that a camera right there?
That is one of the sensors on the car, but the car has 3 cameras in the autopilot housing. The thing to the left is my dash cam, which is also recording you right now, by the way. But the autopilot housing has 3 cameras. Then there's a camera on the B pillar, if you'll walk this way with me. This allows the car to see cars that are to the left and right of it. Okay, and then there's also a backup camera. Plus, don't touch, guys. Give the car a little space. There's a camera up. If you bend down, you'll see it. Right there, the backup camera. And so the new Tesla software has those cameras recording all the activity around the car.
Is this a retractable spoiler? I should have got one of them instead of...
No, they no longer have retractable spoilers on the Teslas. It used to be if you had a performance model, a P100D, that it would be retractable. So this one is not. This one is fixed. It doesn't move. It's a good question though. Sorry. I thought I'd entertain them while they're lined up for food. Y'all are lined up for lunch, right? Yeah. Good deal. Lunch and ice cream.
So I talked to 2 North Carolina wildlife officers, and both of them said that they wish that North Carolina would change their policy and allow electric bicycles and things like electric unicycles, basically any non-gas-powered type vehicle on the trail system. Right now, no motorized vehicle, electric or otherwise, but they wish they would update that and change that policy, because they said they think more people would use it, and they themselves would appreciate having that access.
Right, to scoot around the park to check on things, huh?
That's right.
Makes sense. It's 1 o'clock and we're heading out. We're heading out a little early. I have to say though that we did everything we needed to do. We talked to people and let Ruby dance, and you know, answered questions, and we did everything, and they offered us some lunch. We had a good lunch, so it's not a problem that we're leaving early. And Zeb and Barry are still here if somebody wants to talk Tesla for a little while. But Johnny's field trip is getting back by normal dismissal time at 2:10 instead of the 3:45 that they told us. Apparently some transportation issues, so we had to leave early. But good news is we've got time to get back to Johnny's school by 2:30, and that'll be plenty of time. Here's where we are approaching the school where we told Johnny we'd meet him at 2:30. We're on time. Here's where there's an accident in Selma that is totally closed to I-95.
Both directions.
Both directions. It's really bad. Johnny is down here near Dunn, and I guess I touched it again. But there is some construction traffic over here, so they're greatly delayed, and we're going to get to the school before Johnny now. Glad to hear though that they're not up here, because this is a serious accident, and like Don said, I-95 is closed in all directions. Thankfully we don't need to take I-95, and Johnny will be getting off at 40. Wow, they got to take a charter bus today. So we got here 5 minutes ago, and we're gonna be good to go. Johnny should be unloading in just a minute. Hey buddy, how are you?
Good, you?
I'm good. How was your trip?
It was good.
Yeah. It was nice that you got to go on a charter bus.
I thought we were just gonna be on a slow little diesel activity
Wake
bus.
County activity bus. Yeah, I thought that was pretty snazzy. Well, I'm glad to see you.
Happy to see you too.
Really glad you didn't get caught in that traffic up in Selma.
Yeah,
thank goodness you got to get off down there at, you know, Benson.
Yeah, but we did get trapped in some construction.
Right. This is so sweet. We're home and Johnny's giving Tuck some much needed attention. We've had a good nap. It's 6 o'clock. I'm headed to Walmart to take back a red box and get a red box. Don promises me I'm not going more than 8 miles an hour, and I'll be driving slow in town, and I should live on the edge and take Ruby. Okay. Poor Don going for his run. It's a really nice night now. But the sun's down. It's really pleasant out here. I just saw a new model Nissan Leaf here at Walmart. I'm just going to the red box and back, so I did not park quite as far away as usual. I made it back home, no problems. You knew I would. Gonna plug in now and get Ruby some much needed charge. The movie I got at Redbox was Replicas with Keanu Reeves. I don't think I said, but we watched A Star is Born yesterday, and it was really good. I'm a Lady Gaga fan, so what was not to like about that movie as far as how it was acted, produced, sang, all that stuff, so it was good.